So the new year's rolling in, and like every binge watcher, my worst nightmare has finally come true. I finished all of my favorite shows and all of my favorite anime. What do I watch now? I took a look back in time and I found a few gems hidden amongst all the garbage. Today, we're talking anime. I'm Atomic Al, joined by
Big J.
Average Joe.
In this episode, we're taking a closer look at the underrated rom-com, Girlfriend, Girlfriend. So grab some popcorn if you can, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Okay, so the Girlfriend, Girlfriend manga was created by Hiroyuki and was first published in Kodansha's weekly shonen magazine back in March of 2020. This was then adapted into an anime by Tezuka Productions. That's the same studio that brought us Astro Boy, the Quintessential Quintuplets, and How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, some of which are pretty popular. And if anyone wants to hear us talk about those ones, leave it in the comment section below. So, what is Girlfriend, Girlfriend? In a nutshell, the story follows Naoya, a high school student who's finally begun a relationship with the girl of his dreams, Saki. One day, another girl, Nagisa, confesses her feelings to Naoya. Now he's faced with an impossible decision, choosing between either girl. So what does he do? Picks a third option, and he decides to date both of them at the same time, with their permission, of course.
So, did you know that Girlfriend, Girlfriend was a byproduct of another anime?
I did not.
He stated, I wasn't inspired by anything in particular, but during the meeting with my editor, when I was proposing a story, they mentioned that in the Quintessential Quintuplets, one girl is chosen. We wonder what it would be like to write a story in which everyone could be saved. He stated, I'd like to do something that can't be done in the real world. Even though plenty of attractive girls appear in manga, having to ultimately choose only one of them feels like a waste of opportunity. I want to explore life's possibilities. For example, if I were in a situation, I'm not certain that I would be 100% voluntarily pushing around my girlfriend. If something is even slightly possible, I want to explore it.
Not gonna lie, it sounds more like a guy whose waifu was not chosen.
I guess you're right.
Okay, so we finished watching the first season, and this anime was definitely something different. So what are your guys' thoughts on this anime?
You know, I have to be honest with you. I thought I had the whole rom-com genre all figured out. So when I first heard about Girlfriend, Girlfriend, I thought it was going to play out like most other rom-com animes. It was only until I watched the very first episode though, and oh boy, it is not at all what I expected. The anime is so quick, quirky, and loud, and maybe that's why I like it.
I came in watching the anime as a skeptic, already hating it before I watched it. And to be honest, the first couple episodes was everything I imagined. The story was predictable, the plot was slow, but by the third episode, I was starting liking it. Though the anime was so predictable, it was predictable in a good way. By the end of the day, it was memorable.
I think I agree with that sentiment. I didn't know what to expect watching this anime. I mean, there are so many bad ones out there. I thought maybe this is going to be another bad anime, but it definitely wasn't what I was expecting. It felt like it took all of the tropes, all of those stereotypes that you get with rom-com animes, and it did this weird off-center humor with them. It's what you would expect, but in a really weird way. Like they made it more comedic, more funny, right? Okay, so jumping right into the cast, let's start with Mukai Naoya. What are your guys' thoughts on this guy?
You want me to be honest? I really don't like this guy. You know, he really rubs me up the wrong way. To be honest, he was the reason why I almost quit watching the anime. I couldn't stand the guy's personality.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. His straightforwardness and how blunt he was, it made him really annoying from time to time. I didn't like it. Man, the guy was so annoying. And then on top of that, he's also really selfish too.
The worst part is he's very selfish, but he loves playing the victim. Like that one episode when Saki was teasing him, telling him not to cheat on her. What does he do? He plays victim, you know, making him look bad.
And then the worst part is after that, what does he do? He cheats on her.
Well, to be fair, he didn't exactly cheat on her. He just brought another girl into a relationship with her permission.
Right, sorry, my apologies to anyone out there hearing this. He didn't cheat, he invites another girl into the relationship. My mistake.
I mean, seriously, this guy is a moron. I mean, couldn't he understand sarcasm when he hears it?
Yeah, I mean, it felt like he never really paid attention to what was going on in front of him. I mean, like, he's a really dense character, isn't he? Like, he can be really dumb.
Well, you know, the problem about Naoya is that all he thought was, I want this, she better say yes. If not, I'll just do this. And to be honest, yeah, he was a real...
Kabingo.
Yeah, and then there's that too, that he's supposed to be persistent, but at the same time, that persistency kind of backfires, I guess, because of the fact that he's selfish, though, right? Because he wants to force things his way.
I mean, he is very open. Like, remember after they took a bath, Saki asked him, you know, how far is he gonna go with Nagisa? And he blatantly says that he really wants to do some sex stuff with both of them at the same time.
That's true. Okay, so then now looking at Saki.
Ooh, I like her.
So, what do you guys think of this fiery little redhead?
Well, off the bat, she looks very familiar. I don't know, but personally, I like her.
Me too.
She's very energetic. She's popular with people. She plays sports. She has her own group of friends. To be honest, she was too good for Naoya. I don't even know how she even belittled herself.
I do like the way Saki is very social. She's friends with Shino, and who knows if she's friends with the entire basketball team. But I like how social she is.
Okay, Saki, yeah, she's a very cheerful girl. She's very energetic. She's also pretty emotional and naive, I guess, because she excels at sports, right? And she excels at a lot of things that she does in school. But somehow it feels like when she's dealing with Naoya, she tends to be a bit more forgiving of his flaws, right? Like she's kind of letting him get away with more. She cuts him a lot of slack, right?
Because she loves him.
Yeah, I guess, right? Like she loves him, or at least she learned to love him. But she's kind of like insecure because of her, you know, her body type.
Not just her body type, but also her lack of skills compared to Nagisa.
That's kind of where I think Naoya, I guess, got lucky. She may in fact have like an NTR fetish. I mean, everything that happens, like when she first meets Nagisa and whatnot, like she likes her or whatever, like, you know, as a person.
She accepts Nagisa. She didn't really think that Naoya was seeing another girl. She just thought Naoya was just inviting Nagisa as a friend, you know what I mean, to hang out with.
I think the greatest tragedy was that Saki was Naoya's first girlfriend, but she has to compete with girlfriend number 2 just to even receive his love.
She doesn't seem to be breaking it up. She just kind of lets it go, as if somehow, you know, maybe she might have that little fetish.
What I do like about her is that even when she does accept Nagisa as her rival, she never gets angry at her. She never tries to be competitive. She kind of likes her. She finds her cute, you know what I mean? It's just Nagisa's smile is too big and winning, if you ask me.
To be honest, Saki is the true victim of the series.
I think she is too. So since we were talking about that rivalry with Nagisa, what do you guys think of Minase Nagisa?
That body, my God.
To be honest, Nagisa is the stereotypical perfect waifu. She's good at cleaning, she's good at cooking, she knows how to treat her man, even though Naoya is a garbage human being.
She's collected, she's considerate, she's humble, but she doesn't really have any talents or any skills, right? So she is doing her best to try to become that perfect girlfriend for Naoya.
Exactly.
You know what's the worst part? The only person who had to change entirely in order to make the relationship work is Nagisa. She had to change the way she looks, she had to get a job, she had to learn how to clean and cook just to make Naoya happy. And to be honest, that's kind of sad. You know, a relationship is supposed to be, you know, 50-50, but she has to do 100% of everything.
Right? I mean, it's this huge 180 that she does just to make herself a better person. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it, but, you know, she has this whole backstory thing that goes on towards the end of the first season where she's kind of revealing just how much she changed after she met Naoya.
It is a little sad because it kind of shows that she's willing to play second to Saki.
She did actually. She had a big overhaul, and even in the relationship, she is basically second fiddle to Saki just because she's afraid that Saki will just end everything and then she can't date Naoya anymore. Hoshizaki Rika, what do you guys think of her?
Well, to be honest, she looks very familiar. I definitely know I've seen her from somewhere, but enough about that. I like her. To be honest, she is the only character who has a lot of character development.
She actually did have a bit of development early on, and a little bit as the story actually progressed when she was learning more about Naoya. I mean, she was, in the beginning, just this sort of like arrogant, very proud person. She was always boasting about, you know, her accomplishments and her assets.
Exactly. I mean, when they first show Rika, she did come off as a brat, you know, because she's trying to pry into the relationship between Naoya and his girlfriends.
Well, to be fair, she kind of just stumbled on it, but yeah, no, I do understand what you mean. I mean, she was incredibly persistent over Naoya. She kept trying to sort of force that relationship, which is why I thought it was really funny when Nagisa, who, and I didn't think she ever would, but when she decides to blackmail Rika into keeping her mouth shut.
It kind of makes sense she'll blackmail someone. Look at her eyes. It's too pure. There has to be some evil
Sounds kind of
there.
underhanded, if you ask
Little
me.
devious little devil in there.
Anything for Naoya.
But what's funny is as time progressed, though, we learn a bit more about her, and you find out that she she didn't just do the Me Too thing. That's what they call you, I guess, YouTube in their world. She didn't just do the Me Too thing because she, thought she was just that amazing and that great, but more so doing that helped her to really like learn and grow as a person to come out of her shell. Okay, so and what about Kiryu Shino, the final female character shown in the series, who appears actually since the very beginning, but doesn't really get any real lines or any real importance or relevance until episode 9, I believe. How do you guys feel about her?
I like the character. I mean, I've seen her in the first episode, and I can tell she's going to be the important character because she's the only one who looks different compared to the other people in the classroom. They all have brown and black hair. Hers is completely white.
Yeah, it's always like that whole, spot the main character trope with some of these characters.
Exactly. So I thought she's going to play eventually, but
I gotta say, I like Shino the best. She's the only voice of reason in this anime. Shino, she sees the bigger picture. She knows who Naoya is. She knows that the relationship is set for failure. And to be honest, I gotta say she is the best big sister in this anime. And she's very underappreciated.
So, okay, Shino is a very considerate character, right? We see that she cares a lot about Saki. We see that she's very involved later on in the anime in trying to ensure that Naoya breaks off his two-timing relationship with Nagisa, and well, ultimately, yeah, she ends up discovering Rika, and she does all this basically from this perspective, thinking of the bigger picture, right? What's going to happen in their future? There's no way that it can work out, him dating multiple girls, and somehow Saki coming out of this equally happy, right? I mean,
exactly, because Saki's happiness is Shino's happiness.
Right, yeah, and actually, a little bit of a spoiler though for those who don't know, Shino may in fact have feelings for Naoya, but may in fact be keeping them a secret.
Maybe it's because she sees something in Naoya that she likes. Maybe she likes how persistent and considerate he is. Just like Saki and Nagisa.
No. What happened was, okay, it's called Stockholm Syndrome. She's blackmailed, she's forced a relationship, she became one of them.
Okay, so overall, while I did enjoy the comedic aspects of this anime, for example, some of the reactions that the characters have to some of Naoya's outrageous ideas and some of his weird dialogue, the truth is that the story itself just wasn't compelling enough for me. The plot overall feels really forced, and sometimes the characters, to be honest, come off as one-dimensional. They don't really have anything going for them deeper than what we're seeing on screen. So overall, I have to give this anime a 1.5 out of 5 girlfriends.
No anime is without fault, and this anime is no exception. From its overused gags to its very unlikable main character, this anime is only good to kill time until something better comes on. And for that, I give it only 1 girlfriend.
Okay, I do have pros and cons with this anime. The pros is I finally watched all 12 episodes. The problem is I had to watch all 12 episodes. But to be fair, I do like the character designs. I do like an opening and ending themes. And the characters can be funny from time to time. But the problem is the story just isn't for me. And most of the time the characters can just be pretty annoying. So personally I would give it 1.5 out of 5 girlfriends.
Thanks for watching till the very end. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions for us, leave it in the comments below. Or if you just want to chat, leave that in the comments below too. We'd like to hear your thoughts on this video. This is Nerd Fantasy Talk signing off.
Adios.
Catch you on the flip side.